Over the last 30 years, NASA's Earth Observatory has stated that 20% of our coral reefs have died and over 50% are at risk of dying. This is clearly a growing problem in our world, and our constant question as people is how are we going to reverse this trend that we have started? Well, Coastal Reef Solutions is all about rehabilitating and revitalizing these reefs that we have either already lost or are in danger of losing. We do this by producing and selling ceramic reef models that help rehabilitate the ecosystems we have lost under our ocean's waters. I'm Robbie Johnson.
I'm Josh Stoll, and we are Coastal Reef Solutions. Robbie and I are dedicated conservationists. We have different backgrounds in both marketing and business, and we're very excited about this new potential company that we're starting. Coastal Reef Solutions and the basic industry as a whole is generally new. Over the last 30 years, companies have been doing this, but they have been going about it all the wrong way. And this includes practices such as dropping cement into the ocean, along with pyres and sinking ships and cars. All of these products, all of these things that they're sinking, they are bad for the environment, and they're actually hurting the coral reefs, and they're not the most efficient way to do it. Our product, the artificial ceramic reef structures, is the best way for coral to grow. Why we're using ceramic is because it's very porous, chemically inert in seawater, and pH neutral, which allows the perfect environment for coral to grow. It reduces the time for rehabilitation from 30 years to 7 to 15 years. But Robbie's going to tell you why this matters, why we need the reefs.
So why do people care? Why do we care that reefs are dying, and that why do we need to rehabilitate them? Reefs are important for three main reasons: ecologically, economically, and shoreline protection. So ecologically, reefs are important because they help balance carbon dioxide levels throughout the planet, kind of like what trees do. So the air that we're all breathing right now is due to reefs. Economically, reefs are huge for tourism, for ecotourism. Last year alone, $29 million were generated globally just through reef ecotourism. They also shelter a variety of fish that feed millions of people and serve as jobs for local fishermen as well as large fishing industries. Like I stated before, there are also protection for shorelines from large wave activity and rising tides. Because of all these things, our main target market is going to be companies that already know this and are already in the industry of reef rehabilitation. We're going to focus on these companies because our product is the most efficient way to rehabilitate and rejuvenate these reefs. And so the companies that are already in the industry will want our product, and it will benefit them as much as it benefits us. Josh is now going to give us a little bit more of the market validation.
So our business model strategy is based on a three-phase strategy. Basically, in phase one, like Robbie said, we're going to focus on companies that are already in the industry, such as nonprofits. They need better ways to rehabilitate quicker, and our product is relatively cheap because of our key connections in the ceramic industry. But we also want to focus on our online presence. We want to start generating a following, generating support so that we can lean into that later in the life of the business. And then we go into phase two, which is the hotel and cruise industry. These industries are revolved around having a good place to be, having a healthy ecosystem for their customers, healthy coral reefs. It generates a lot of revenue for these companies, and we want to go to them with sales teams and pitch to them our value proposition of how this is an investment into their future and keeping the reefs healthy and safe. And then in phase three, after we reach the hotel and cruise industry, we're going to lean into different revenue streams, which basically means we're going to be reaching out to our followers and selling products like apparel, products for beachgoers, and really kind of hone in on our following that we've been building over phase two and phase one.
Now we're going to talk about the financials. Our value proposition is basically through our partnership with our ceramic manufacturer, we will be able to undercut the few businesses that are already in this industry, giving us a competitive advantage. Going along with this, we're selling ceramic reef structures, which are better than most of the modules that are already out there, giving us also an advantage in the fact that we have one of the best products on the market. With the $250 we were given, we decided to put that all into online advertising and Facebook promotions to try and get that following that Josh just mentioned in the phases of our program. For startup costs, we're looking at around $25,000, and mostly all of these funds will go to our first order of the ceramic modules with our Connection Bisque imports, while the remaining funds will go towards legal fees and general startup funds for a small business.
At the end of the day, we're excited about the potential of this company because we're going to a blue ocean with relatively little competition. And going off of that, we want to kind of make a company that will really have an impact on the environment. Thank you so much. We are Coastal Reef Solutions, ceramic solutions for our ocean's problems.